Is your goal to speak English fluently? Awesome, you are in the right place. But what does fluency actually mean? When are you fluent? How do you know? And how do you become fluent? This is what we're talking about today. If you're new to this channel, a big warm welcome. I'm Emma, the founder of the Hey Lady English speaking community, a place for women to get the practice and support they need to become fluent, confident English speakers. Before we talk about how long it takes to become fluent, what does it mean to speak English fluently? Most people agree that speaking a language fluently means being able to communicate comfortably, naturally, and easily in a range of different situations. Now, these adverbs describe how you feel while you're speaking, which is interesting. Fluency is not just about your ability to use English, it's about how you feel when you speak and you listen. It's not directly connected to how accurately or perfectly you speak. And this is the first point that I want you to note down or lock into your mind. You don't need to speak perfect grammar or know every English word to be fluent. In fact, if that was the definition of being fluent, it would be impossible for native English speakers too. And I'll explain why. The Oxford English Dictionary contains more than 270,000 words. About 170,000 are currently in use, but the average educated English speaker knows and uses somewhere between 20 and 30,000 words when they speak. So this is a long way from the 270,000 plus words in the dictionary. If you're here and listening to me now in this video, you'll know 1,000, 2,000, maybe 3,000 words, enough to speak in simple everyday conversations. And most experts agree that advanced English learners know between 4,000 and 10,000 words. Now, tell me, what do you think fluency is? What does it mean to be fluent? Tell me down in the comments. Here's what I think. I think that fluency is about being adaptable and flexible when you speak, and being able to express your thoughts clearly, to maneuver through a conversation, not perfectly or accurately, but knowing what to say when you get stuck is also part of fluency. And just as importantly, fluency is also about being able to understand other people, so your listening skills. But it doesn't mean you have to understand everything. Being able to ask questions so that you can understand is part of fluency. The point I'm trying to make here is that you don't need to wait until you get a band 8.5 in IELTS before you can feel fluent. You can be fluent sooner than you think. Fluency is important because when you feel fluent, you feel free and at ease. So fluency unlocks opportunities for you. And this is how I want you to think about fluency. It unlocks opportunities for you. This is why it's important. Firstly, it unlocks those opportunities in your mind. As you build confidence and experience, you develop belief in yourself. But then real and tangible opportunities start to emerge. And as you feel more fluent, you start saying yes to them. You say yes to opportunities to travel independently without a guide, or an opportunity to connect with a mentor you admire at a conference. You apply for a job, or maybe you agree to host a meeting in English at work. You unlock endless opportunities with fluency. All right, so here's the million-dollar question. When will you be fluent? Most experts believe that it takes between 12 and 18 months to become fluent. But of course, that depends on how much practice you're getting and how frequently you practice during that period. If you're an intermediate English learner and you spend 15 minutes speaking in a variety of different situations every day, and you spend a little bit of extra time focusing on new words and grammar, you will definitely feel fluent and confident after 12 to 18 months. But that's a big commitment, right? If you're already an advanced learner, but you don't feel fluent when you speak yet, maybe if you do that same amount of practice, it might even take less than 12 months. And if you practice a few times a week and then take a holiday and then come back to it a few months later and then, well, obviously that time until you reach fluency extends out even further. So how fast do you want to make this happen? You are not going to wake up tomorrow as if you've just flicked on a switch and suddenly you're fluent. It happens gradually. Some days you might feel really fluent. You might feel amazing, like everything is flowing. But then the next, things don't go so well and you feel like you're back at square one. Your fluency depends on the situation. It depends on the topic, who you're talking to, or maybe even what's going on around you at the time. Naturally, you'll feel so much more fluent talking to a group of friends about a familiar topic than you will if you're talking to a stranger about something that you're less familiar with. So I want to share 4 really helpful questions that you can ask yourself to see the signs that you're becoming fluent. And I recommend using these questions to reflect on your speaking skills, to help you notice your fluency. Because if you're not paying attention, you won't see it. You're less likely to feel it as well. You could do this daily, but perhaps just once a week is fine if you reflect on your English conversations that you've had and ask, did I feel at ease speaking in English? And at ease means comfortable, relaxed, or unembarrassed. Pay attention when this starts to happen. At first, it'll happen with friends, then with a familiar shopkeeper or a teacher. It won't happen all of the time, but don't overlook it when it does happen. Ask, how hard did I need to think about what I needed to say before I said it? Were you translating in your head before you spoke? In those moments that you speak without translating, celebrate them. These are signs of fluency. It's coming. If you keep an English journal, which I recommend that you do, then write these moments down. Celebrate them. How well and how quickly did I understand what someone else said? You know, you can feel it when you hesitate or you pause a little too long trying to understand or guess what someone says. You feel that discomfort in you. But to judge how well you understood someone can be a little bit trickier. So I would do it by giving yourself a score. Did you understand half of what they said? 80%? 100%? Everything? If you keep this record of all of your interactions in English, you'll start to see when and where your listening fluency is improving. So make sure when you're writing these things down, you record who you're talking to, what you were talking about, and what the situation was, because all of these things contribute to feeling fluent. And lastly, did the other English speakers understand what I said? Did you get the answer or the response that you were looking for? Were they nodding and smiling and agreeing? Or were they looking a little bit perplexed? These questions will help to highlight your progress and help to demonstrate that fluency is happening. It's emerging. It's coming. Now, if you watched all the way through to here, I suspect that you may not yet feel fluent, or perhaps you want to feel fluent more often when you speak in English. That ability to speak English fluently won't happen overnight, and it's not a permanent state or feeling either. Your level of fluency is going to change depending on the context, on the task, and on the people that you're with. So to train yourself to become more fluent, to increase your fluency, identify the areas where you are already starting to feel confident and fluent when you speak, and start building from there. You can use the 4 questions that I shared to help you identify your current level of fluency. Now, if you would like to improve your speaking skills and to create your own action plan for your fluency in English, I'm inviting you to join me for a very special live fluency training event where I'll be teaching the exact steps that you need to take to get from where you are today to beautiful, confident, and fluent spoken English. Plus, in this training, I'm going to help you to create an action plan to establish the daily practice habits that will help you to speak fluently faster. And if you'd like to join me live or to be sent the recording, you must register by clicking the link just down in the description below. So you'll need to add your name and your email so that we can send you the link to join the live training. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm Emma from the Hey Lady English speaking community. If you enjoyed the lesson today, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss the next lesson. I'm looking forward to seeing you in there.